Big up, everybody. What's going on? Welcome to the show today. Please, everyone, like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Let's get this stuff out here. Even though I'm barely around, always working. Big up to Andrew, my man.
Hello.
I finally got this laptop working. I pray it works.
Nice.
I pray it works for the whole video. I'm gonna need to get a new one anyways. But yeah, so let's get started, shall we? The first thing I want to talk about today is basically about the draft, because we never gotta get around that. So let's hear, Andrew, your thoughts on the overall draft.
I was my view of the draft changed when they announced right before that the champions were locked in to their brand. So that changed a lot of where I thought people might go. There was two picks that I thought well, as soon as Jey Uso was picked, I thought, okay, well I think the Bloodline's going to Raw. And then when they were picked on SmackDown for SmackDown, I was a bit confused by that. And then I thought LA Knight might be picked for Raw as well. But listen, there was a few switches here and there. They got rid of they separated the LWO and the Phantasma, whatever they're called, which is good. That needed to happen. Yeah. They separated the Final Testament and the Pride. That needed to happen. I think the most thing that was affected positively was actually both women's divisions. I think they boosted them. I was surprised Bron Breakker got drafted to Raw. That surprised me.
Yeah, that was weird because what's his name?
What was
Aldis? Aldis was like pitching to get these guys to sign here. Then they're gone like the next 2 weeks. That was kind of
the whole thing about the draft, let's be honest, right, is the selections that were made at the time just didn't make sense. It was like, well, why wouldn't you select these guys earlier or select these people earlier? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't Nick Aldis draft AJ Styles? Why was AJ Styles left to the 4th round or the first round? Why would he be? He's in your main event. You want to secure your main event. You know why you pick AJ Styles? What if he wins it, but then he would have been drafted to Raw? Do you know what I mean? Just logically speaking, it would have been, he's won it. He beat Cody. Now the belt's going to Raw. I mean, what's happening here? Do you know what I mean? Maybe they would have gone, but it just worked out that way.
I wish it was more of a shoot, kind of. I feel like it would have been better off that way. Like when it's predetermined already, like. I don't really like it like that. But overall, I don't think... Oh, you can go ahead.
Go.
I was going to say, overall, I don't think there was like that big changes like in the draft. Like mostly everyone stayed in their brand besides like the NXT call-ups and, probably a few people here and there. But yeah, like a lot of the people just stayed on their brand. So to me, the draft, it wasn't like, oh my God, this happened, that happened, which is cool. I don't need all that to happen personally, but
no, and I'd like the draft to go away now for at least 2 years. And what I want them to do is, like, if they want someone on that show, just trade and do the call ups. And when it comes back again, just do it the lottery thing. Like matches on what they used to do before. Like this, if this person beats that person, that brand gets to pick and something like that, and it's drummed up with lottery instead of like having to pick everything, because it takes, like I said, why wouldn't you pick all the biggest stars first? Do you know what I mean? Right. It just doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't. Maybe if they do a draft, it's just like the NXT roster or something like that, and they just draft NXT talent to like the main
Right.
roster,
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
They should do something.
Exactly. Yeah. Who's ready to go? Like, you don't even have to do a big draft. It's like you can do that on one night. You can do that on one night. You know, they have like 5 picks or whatever from NXT each. They just do it that way.
So, who do you think benefits the most from the draft? Like, what wrestler you think is gonna, I guess, thrive at the brand they're in?
I think the women's divisions will thrive. I think someone like Ilya Dragunov going to Raw is a good thing. They can see him. It's a longer show, like he's shown in his first couple of matches, especially a match with Ricochet. Show what he's really made of and everything like that. I think what it does is that on Raw, there's a chance that like the champion is not the biggest star, but there's a chance to make others and him big stars on that. You know, stars like Gunther, like Dragunov.
Yeah, Carmelo.
You know,
Carmelo
Sami
looked
Zayn.
good when he first arrived, when he
Yeah,
had the match
Carmelo
against
looked good.
Cody.
Definitely Carmelo. Yeah, definitely Carmelo. Hopefully they are able to somehow get the US title off of Logan Paul and then put it on a full-time guy, like a Carmelo Hayes or someone like that, just to have that. Yeah, I think both women's divisions will look good. I'm glad they moved Damage Control over to Raw. That was a good move for me. Separates them and Bayley. Also gives Becky Lynch, I know she's faced him before, but not recently, so gives her a few more. I like Nia Jax moving to SmackDown. Obviously, there's ties with the Bloodline if they choose to add her on that one. And I thought they were, I thought the rosters are pretty split evenly. I think you can pick weaknesses in both, but you can pick definitely strengths in both. So, I listen. There weren't the big moves like. As soon as like Roman Reigns wasn't announced and stuff like that, it just took it all out essentially. So I can understand why people are a bit disappointed by it, but if you actually look at it, it's probably best they didn't make giant moves, especially with the champions being locked. Because I had a theory that if the champions weren't locked, they were just going to keep Cody on Raw or move him to Raw and move Damian Priest to SmackDown and stuff like that. But I think it's good. It's good. I'm enjoying both shows at the moment. So
yeah, I'm enjoying it too. I thought Cody would have ran it back with Styles, but I wish they ran it back for another pay-per-view.
Yeah, I think they might revisit it after the Saudi Arabia thing. Maybe there's a quick turnaround to Clash at the Castle. I think that's 3 weeks, and then I think it's Money in the Bank. And then SummerSlam. There's quite a quick turnaround. It's only a few weeks, so they could run it back. Stuff like that. It depends. I don't know if has AJ gone to Saudi Arabia. I think AJ's gone to Saudi Arabia before. I don't think he's got an issue with it, or he might have an issue now. I don't know. But sometimes they don't. The guys that don't go have got issues with it.
Yeah.
Like that. So Sami Zayn has only recently gone over there. Like last year was his first appearance over there. I know he's going back there again, but but the problem is those shows are different from others because they pay so much. So that's why they always like to have those stupid legend matches there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So
it's not really there to like push stories. It's just there for like.
Yeah, I think they're trying to change that though, going forward. But they're giving them Logan Paul and. But they've got to try and use Logan Paul and justify the money they're paying him. Probably. So.
Yeah, and he's big out in Saudi. He wants to sell that Prime.
Exactly. Yeah.
So so enough about the draft. What are your thoughts on the King of the Ring so far, and the Queen of the Ring as well?
So I've enjoyed. I've enjoyed the King of the Ring side far better. There's been some good standout matches on both shows. Obviously, the Ricochet Dragunov match last week was very good. Gunther match against Kofi Kingston was quite surprising. I don't know why I thought it wasn't going to be good, but that was good. I liked Styles and Randy Orton that side. So those have stood out in terms of me for qualifying matches. The Queen of the Ring. I thought the Io Sky Baszler match was far better than what I expected.
Really?
I just find Shayna Baszler's character just does nothing. She does nothing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Her and Zoe,
no problem. Yeah, that's just a bland. To me, they're bland personalities, and then they put them together to make a bland tag team. I'm hoping that we get. I don't think they will, but I'm hoping we get like an Io Sky, Tiffany Stratton final.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping too. I think Io should definitely win this tournament. Like,
yes,
Io 100%. But I am interested to see what they do with the Jade Cargill and Nia Jax match, because I like the match. I like the match Jade had with Piper. I think that was probably the best match she probably had in her professional career.
I do as well, because I think she had a good match. I'm quite intrigued what they do with that match tonight.
Yeah.
I could easily see them being like a double DQ like that, and then the winner of the Stratton Bianca Belair. I've got a feeling they'll put Bianca Belair through. I think that's a mistake. She doesn't need it. I'd put Tiffany Stratton through.
I think they were gonna put Stratton through, but things on the news happened, so they might scrap that.
Oh, I missed that. What happened on the news?
It's silly because Tiffany posted like this video of with like a voiceover. It was like her knocking Jade Cargill outside the ring, and it was and it like had like it said black bitch, and then people on the internet took that and just ran with it, like, oh, she's this and that.
Damn.
Yeah, so I don't know if they're gonna
still
push her or not.
Oh, they might. That's a shame.
Yeah, exactly. But I hope Jade and Nia is good. Honestly, I do think they might possibly lead to the Jade and Bianca. Like, they might put the seeds in of like jealousy and envy like this early.
Yeah, I don't know if that's too soon.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? It was like, or even a match. It was like when I understood why Jey Uso beat Dragunov, because I think that match with Gunther is too soon for to happen. I think they want to build that up and have that match at that Germany event in August that they've got. That's in Berlin. Whether that's for a title or something, I just think they save it for that because they'll get a huge reaction for that. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with that match. I don't know if they might. Nia might win that tonight. I got a feeling Nia might win that tonight. Like, because they might say, oh, like Jade will make a rookie mistake or something like that. Or she might or Nia might injure her and she might get counted out or something like that, so she saves face. Something like that. It might be something like that.
Could be, yeah. Because my thing is, the only way I see like Nia winning maybe is if like Bianca's out there maybe to like support Jade and maybe accidentally distracts her somehow.
Yeah.
Then that could like start but it's too soon, like you said before.
Way too soon.
So I'm intrigued with that match to see what happens. But as far as King of the Ring, I'm intrigued to see if they do the Jey Uso versus Tama Tonga in the finals. But
I think they're gonna go Randy Orton Gunther. That's what I think they're gonna do.
They definitely gonna do that.
Yeah.
If they were to do a Jey and Tama final though, like
yeah, I think but I can see that because I got a feeling they might do the Bloodline against the Pride or something like a 6-man at the event or something like that. Depending on how injured Lashley is, of course.
Yeah.
Something like that. Or they could do like if Lashley's injured, they're calling like a special partner and Jey Uso's their special partner or something like just for that one night because it's an international thing. Like it's a PLE, so it's a PLE thing, so the rules can be bent that way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, something. I don't know.
Who's Tama Tonga facing tonight again? Oh, LA Knight.
LA Knight, yeah.
So I don't even know who's gonna win that one. I want to say LA Knight.
Well, I think Tama Tonga will win tonight. I think he'll win tonight.
Okay.
But I think he loses in the SmackDown final to Orton.
Oh, against Orton. Yeah.
I think Orton's going to beat. I think Orton's going to beat Carmella Hayes tonight.
Yeah.
And set it up that way. That's what I feel anyway.
I mean, yeah, that's how they should definitely do it. Orton versus Tama Tonga.
Yeah.
Get his revenge. Who do you think will win in the final?
I think Gunther's winning
over Orton. Okay.
Yeah, Gunther over Orton. I think Gunther's going to do this, and he's going to do the King gimmick.
Yeah, I mean, he's the ring general.
I don't think he'll wear a crown everywhere, but
no,
it'll be King. It'll be something like that. Yeah, it'll do that gimmick for a while. So,
yeah, good for him. All right, let me get to this part right here. Oh wait, actually, one more thing I want to talk to you about with WWE. Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest.
Yeah.
Now, this is very interesting to me because I don't know how long they plan on keeping Damian with the title. I assume they would want Drew to get it probably before SummerSlam, before Punk is healthy or like around there. So I think it'll be too soon to give Drew the belt now. So I would think Priest wins it, unless the Judgment Day and Carlito do some shenanigans.
Well, he could if they. I don't know is this match going to happen at the King of the Ring? Is that what they said? Or?
Yeah, it's at the King of the
So the thing is, the Clash at the Castle is like 3 weeks after. So he could keep the belt then, but then lose it at Clash at the Castle to Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They could do that, and then
that reign is so short for Priest. I feel bad for him.
Right, but it might be one of those where we wanted it. My theory is that Priest only got it because Drew hadn't signed his contract. Yeah, Drew signed his contract now. So, and the feud is, I mean, they could do the feud with Punk without a belt. They don't need a belt because it's personal and stuff like that. But if the belt is there as well, it's added spice to it like that. Yeah. They might go, or Punk might cost Drew again at Clash of the Castle. Or something like that. It could cost him again. I mean, Drew's going to... The issue with WWE is that Drew's going to be so cheered at that event because it's in Scotland.
Yeah.
So cheered. So it's very important how they place him. He's going to be whatever they think, even going into the event, he could do the worst thing. He's going to be the baby face of that, whatever match he's in or whatever angle he's in in Scotland. There's nothing that they can do that Scotland crowd... He could tell them all that he hates that part of Scotland. It's very important to what they do if he's cleared as well. Because I don't know if he's cleared yet. So
no, I don't think so.
But yeah, Damian Priest is a strange one. He won it. I thought it was strange when he actually won Money in the Bank because at the moment I don't see him as world champion material at this moment in time. You know, I think they still need. I see Finn Balor more as a world champion. Do you know what I mean?
Like I get you, but I thought he was world champion material until Punk came back and all these other guys came back, and then he just went down the card, and it's just like,
he's an afterthought, isn't it? He's like that's the problem with that title. He's an afterthought, and it's like the problem that Raw has is that they need to get that belt onto someone who's red hot. Do you know who will capture the imaginations? You know what I mean? And Punk's injured and Drew's injured at the moment, so they can't put them on that. And there's no real other one at the moment who's red hot you can put it on. I mean, I wouldn't yet, but you could put it on Gunther. I think he could carry that belt.
Yeah.
So I'm not, and this isn't me saying Damian Priest is a bad wrestler. He's very good. I just don't think he's that. And that, that's just a thing there. That's why they have to build. They have to build people. That's all.
Yeah, Judgment Day, they kind of like fell off a bit, after a while.
Yeah, they've been going for nearly 2 years. So it's very, apart from the Bloodline, this might be the longest in WWE, especially longest group going. I think they are the longest group after Bloodline, the longest group going, and they've done very well. But sometimes it just happens. I mean, look, Rhea's injured, Dominic Mysterio's injured, JD McDonough. They've got Finn with JD McDonough, which I don't like.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I'd rather Finn. If that might be something that they could do down the road. And I hope that even with Damon keeps the belt, that Finn turns on him. That could be a very good feud.
Yeah, I think that's what they're heading towards. I think Priest.
I hope they do, because
I think he's going over the face turn Priest.
Yeah, I do believe they keep setting the seeds, because he keeps telling them not to interfere in his matches, and they keep doing it. So it's just one of them. It's just
and now Carlito's in there.
Oh yeah.
What the hell? It's for the Judgment Day.
Oh well. Nice.
Yeah, we'll see what they do with that. But all right, enough with the WWE. Let's get to some AEW discussion.
Yep.
All right. So we know that this whole Elite storyline, they attack Tony Khan, they add Jungle, they add Okada. They're acting like they're the new NWO. Where do you see the storyline heading? Because if they're doing the Anarchy in the Arena match like soon, I feel like that's a match that should be like a pinnacle of a feud or something like that. So they're starting it off with that. Like, where do you see this storyline heading, and how do you see it ending?
So usually around this time they would start gearing up for Blood and Guts, which is the old War Game style brutal match that's happened the past few years, especially with the Elite, and last year the Elite and the Blackpool Combat Club. The year before that it was the Blackpool Combat Club and against the Jericho Appreciation Society and so forth. I would push that down the road, Blood and Guts. I would have it later in the year to build up, because there's so much story to do. There's obviously they're waiting to see what Kenny Omega's doing in terms of his return time and stuff, whether he can return. There's also the interesting factor of when Hangman Page returns, because they suspended him. Well, storyline wise, they suspended him, stuff like that. It's a very. I always think that the Elite's got. This is what Undisputed Kingdom should have done. The Elite's just, when they formed, even with Adam Cole injured, they should have been terrorizing and trying to run the show.
Yeah,
stuff like that. But they didn't.
They didn't do anything.
They didn't do anything. Yeah, didn't do anything. My whole it's a very strange crew they've put together to face them. In terms of, I understand FTR. I know Eddie Kingston doesn't like them personally and stuff like that, but he's not really had much interaction. I know Okada beat him, and then Bryan Danielson, I don't understand why Bryan Danielson's in this. It doesn't make any sense. And then Darby Allin came in, and that doesn't make any sense. I was expecting that would have been the time to bring like Hangman Page back. He's not human. You're right, Curtis. He's very weird. He's It's going to be one of those that are going to be in probably a wheelchair, but when he's older, stuff like that. Because
he's not going to be able to walk by the time of 40.
Exactly. I don't know. I don't know where it's going. I don't know what they seem to be on Wednesday. An angle within the angle of like having Jack Perry talk about Kenny Omega, but my thing would be if Kenny Omega is good to go, they need to set up that Okada match at Wembley. That's all. Do you know what I mean? The Wembley event.
Right.
It's like I honestly don't know. This is my problem with AEW overall, is that this to me, AEW should do what WWE does, and that they should have a draft or split rosters because there's too many.
Way too many.
Like when you watch, I watch Collision a bit, but I mostly watch Dynamite. And when I see someone turn up that I haven't seen, I go, "Oh, he's still there," or something like that. Why is he suddenly turn up? Why does he get a match right now when I've not seen him win anything? You know, or do it?
Why is he in an eliminator match for a title shot? He hasn't been around.
Why is Swerve in a match right after he won the title and his opponent's not and stuff like that? Why?
Bruh.
It's this is my problem when they tried to bring New Japan style into the Western style. It doesn't work. Yeah. It has to be some type of storyline. My problem with AEW is that someone can just ask for a title match and they get it like that. They don't have to earn it. But then they'll do eliminator matches with guys that haven't been on. I don't know why they're in it. Why is Carl Fletcher in a world title elimination match against the champion? Why is the champion wrestling an eliminator match? Why don't you just do like a normal number one contenders match? But back to the elite thing. Yeah, the blood and gut. My thing would be to focus on blood and guts, but push it down the road. Maybe do it at Full Gear or that October, that Wrestle Dream that they've done, or to the end of the year at World's End or something like that. Yeah, because I don't know what the end goal is for this, really. That's my main.
I don't know what this is about. All I know this is giving the Young Bucks a whole lot of TV time, and I know they love it.
Yeah.
That's all it's doing. And they're putting themselves over the world champion that just won the title.
Right.
Like they're more important right now than the world champion who won the title.
Yeah. That's the point. You just immediately undercut your new world champion, the first black champion in the company, the first one of very few black champions in the history of world champions in the history of wrestling. And what momentous that could be, and then that's my problem. It's like that Swerve and the Young Bucks should be on a different show. See what I mean? If it should have actually put the Elite on Collision and get more people watching it, that's what it should have done. They should have shown up and go, "We're taking control of Collision. We're EVPs. We're doing this. We got a court injunction on Tony Khan. He can't do anything about this. We're running Collision." And do it from there, and you get more eyes on it.
The thing is, though, I don't know if the Elite. I don't know if the Young Bucks are even a draw for that.
My problem is that AEW as a whole, my bigger problem with AEW is that they will go for short-term booking instead of long-term booking. The only long-term booking they've ever done recently is the Devil storyline. Yeah. That's the only long-term booking, but it's like everyone knew who the Devil was, but they wanted to see the reaction, but then MJF got injured, so they couldn't capitalize on that. This is like, I have no idea where it's going, and I don't think they do either. That's the thing.
Yeah,
so what's the end goal? That Tony Khan comes back and does what?
I don't know.
Why can't he fire these guys? They attack, even if they're EVPs. Why can't they attack the boss?
Their contracts are ironclad, so even if they
ironclad,
hurt
you're right.
boss, okay. So even if they beat up the owner, they're fine.
It's like, yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense at this moment in time. It's great wrestling, but the overall storyline, you just scratch your head and go. That's why I barely watch Dynamite live anymore. I watch it like the day after and just skip through it, because even like most of the storylines, even though there are a few storylines going into Double or Nothing, but just nothing's. It's very cold at the moment for me.
Yeah, there's nothing compelling. There's nothing really going on that makes you want to tune in the following week. There's really nothing there.
There's nothing. Oh, we signed Okada, we signed Will Ospreay, we signed Mercedes Moné. Great.
That only works for so long.
Exactly.
You could keep signing new names for so long. It's gonna wear off after a while. Like
exactly.
Every new signing they got, like their big like welcoming worn off sooner and sooner, like quicker and quicker.
Yeah.
Like
it's like it's like Carter won a belt within like the first 3 or 4 weeks he was there. Will Ospreay's had great matches, no doubt, but I think they're overexposing him because he's having to have matches like every other week or every week. And Mercedes, I mean, that's just fallen flat for me at this moment in time. And having her talk is not her best quality either. For me.
I'm gonna go on a limb and just say Tama Tonga has been presented way better than Will Ospreay has right now.
Bro, Tonga Loa has had a bigger impact in wrestling. In the wrestling that right now. Did you see that suit he's wearing on?
Yeah, he's looking sharp.
He looked like a boss. He looked like a don. He looked like, honestly,
he was like, what are we doing?
He's not said a single word. He's not said a single word, and it's had more impact and more people buzzing about it than what people are talking about anyone in AEW at this moment in time.
Yeah.
And that's that. They can have the, you know what? Great. You can have the best wrestling matches. I don't need a 5-star match every week. Give me something to hook into. Oh my God, I can't believe they did that. Like Darby Allin returned. I don't care. You know? I just don't care. Like even when Kenny Omega's coming back.
It's just that it gets me mad when I watch the show because I'm like, there's so much potential, there's so much talent.
Oh,
like, just put it all together, man.
I'll tell you right now, if Triple H had that roster, you'd be talking about it nonstop.
Yeah.
He'd separate the rosters as well, trust me. He'd separate the rosters as well. Because there's too many belts in that place. I don't know who's like. By the way, what did Christian Cage do to get a frigging title shot? Why is he getting a title shot at Double or Nothing of being off for like 2 months or something like that?
He asked Tony. That's how.
Why isn't Adam Copeland getting a title shot? He's working his butt off. Why isn't he getting? He got the TNT belt, and even he's like being overexposed. I don't need to see Edge every week. Do you know what I mean? I don't need to see it. In fact, Edge should have won that belt and then given it up, and there should be a tournament for an match to establish someone else winning it. You know,
that's the biggest problem with AEW. With presentation, how they present like the stars compared to like everyone else, there's no difference. Everyone's dressed like in sweats, just like there's no different.
Like an indie show. It's like an indie show.
It's indie, exactly. Just
an indie show with a big TV contract. Like, how is Jay White stuck in a 6-man tag team with Billy Gunn's sons, bro? Jay White. Are you kidding me?
Jay White got ruined.
Perfect opponent for Swerve. Jay White is. Perfect. Get him out of this. Like, I only like them in that group because Juice Robinson was with him. I don't mind. I don't want the gun. No. You know, stuff like that.
Ospreay's going for a mid-card title.
Right. He's going for mid-card title. Roderick Strong, great. Had that good gimmick of shouting Adam. Had that name. Didn't capitalize on it or anything like that. No doubt, Double or Nothing will be a fantastic show. Yeah. Will be the pay-per-views are always great, and for it's funny because I think around just after Revolution, the 3 weeks television at AEW after Revolution were fantastic, absolutely brilliant. And since then, I don't know if they're the same people writing it or they're not. It just doesn't feel the same. And I go into AEW now, not excited by what's been seen, but I know I'm going to see a good show, and I'll come out going, "Yeah, that's the best show I've seen," and then, nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Like there's nothing you can sink your teeth into. It's sad. I feel bad. Like Ricky Starks. Where's Ricky Starks?
Oh, Ricky Starks. He'll see out his contract. You'll see him in like 2 months' time and 3 months' time in NXT or something. That's who you'll see him. You'll see him in NXT, and he'll be champion. He'll be NXT champion by the end of the year. Trust me. He's got it all. He's got the charisma and stuff like that. He's got it all.
It's crazy.
That's just that again. Ricky Starks. Brilliant. He's not injured. He's just sitting on the sidelines,
chilling. He's in catering.
Tony, just let some of these guys go. Do you know what I mean? Or start pushing them. Like it's just mad. I mean, where's Adam Cole? I know he's not like clear to. Where is he?
Can we talk about this Trent heel turn that he lost in like the first 2-3 weeks of his heel turn?
I don't.
He lost the OC. Like,
Yeah,
he couldn't catch one win and then OC win down the line. Like, at a
yeah.
pay-per-view.
It's like, and also, who cares?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Where's this? Why is he turning him? I don't know why he's turning him. I don't know. That's what I mean. Why is he turning him? What was there build up? Was there, there was no, it was just literally just turned on him for no reason. It was like, why? Why? Maybe I can say I would have gone if you lost the match, be frustrated, like push him away, don't walk away or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Then start building it up, trying to think they're gonna build up their friendship again, have more matches, they start winning. But then he just grows resentful, stuff like that. Just do it like that, not like out of the blue. And then he goes and faces like Chuck within like the first week or so.
Yes, it was like 2-3 days after they had a street
fight. What are we doing? That's the problem as well. Well, these guys have just fought on this show. Let's put them in a match on the next show. No, build up. Why are they fighting? Give me a reason why they're fighting. Give me a reason why I've got to watch this show. Why they're fighting? Why? First of all, you couldn't say anything to me to watch a Trent Barretta match at this moment in time, even when he was in Best Friends or Roppongi Vice with New Japan. I was like, He's like typical bland white bread wrestler. You know what I mean? It's like he'd be on WWE 2K creator wrestler. His face would be on it first. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before you actually changed it. Honestly, I don't. Why? This is the thing. So you're pushing Trent Barretta, but not Ricky Starks. Are you having a laugh at me or something? Are you someone pulling a rib on me?
He's best friends with Orange Cassidy. That's why.
Honestly, Orange Cassidy's really gone off the ball since they took that international belt from him. That's the problem. They shouldn't have taken it off of him in the first place when he lost to Moxley. They should have had him beat Moxley and continue because he was having fantastic matches. That was a good point. I watched it about a year ago. AEW was Orange Cassidy was having banger after banger matches with that international title. He made that title mean something. That title means nothing at this moment in time. It means nothing. It's just on Roderick Strong's shoulder. I even forgot he was champion. The only reason I'd watch an international title match right now is because Will Ospreay is in there and he's probably going to win it. And that's probably why they're going to give it to him because he's got prestige. But even that's probably going to die off in like 2 weeks after he wins it.
Because you know what's going to happen. He's going to win it. He's going to wrestle every week, every show. And then it's not going to mean anything.
He's going to wrestle guys you have not seen for like a month on television.
Lee Moriarty. And
Lee. Yeah, they had him wrestling on Collision.
Lee Moriarty.
Shane Taylor. Was it Shane Taylor from? Oh, they're having him wrestle in Collision this week or something like that.
He wrestled Lee Moriarty on Collision.
Why? Why is Lee Moriarty there? I don't know. That guy's got TNA wrestling all over him. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly, right?
Or just honestly, this is what I mean. Tony like keeps these guys around. So they're probably not highly paid. That's why he keeps them around. Yeah. It's like honestly, guys, it's like separate. That's why I said earlier, separate the rosters. You know what I mean? Give me a week of build up of a Will Ospreay match instead of 3 days. You know what I mean? Don't have Will Ospreay. Have Will Ospreay wrestle one of the weeks between your pay-per-views. That's it. He doesn't need to wrestle every week. Do more video packages about what's happened recently. Why is Trent Barretta turning in? What was the build-up? Show me that. Video packages. Reintroduce people. They just return out of no. Have you noticed that when someone returns, there's no real build-up anymore? There's nothing special about it. Like Pac returned after like months. It was like, okay.
Pac is my favorite, yo. Why Pac? They don't do anything with this man.
They don't do anything. They just like, well, we know you can have a good match. Let's just put him with Okada. Okay, but why? Oh, because he ran in or they had a back and forth backstage. Is that the real reason for a build up for a big match? It was a great match, as I knew it would be. No problem. It's the matches are fine. It's getting to the matches that's an issue. Yeah. Like I don't know who's the women's like Tony Storm against Serena Deeb. Serena Deeb. I mean, What? She's been gone for over a year, and she's automatically gets a title shot.
Title shot. And
At least Thunder
Mercedes is
Rosa.
going.
At least
Mercedes
Thunder
is
Rosa
going
had
for
to
the
earn it.
TBS title, basically the mid card title.
Yeah, well, she doesn't. She hasn't had a single match, but she gets a title shot. Mercedes Moné. Why? Why didn't she have a match at Dynasty? Well, she might not have been cleared. Actually, it's not fair to her. But why does she get a title shot right away? Why does she get a title shot and Chris Statlander doesn't get a title shot?
Money.
Yeah, that's all it is. Because he paid her a shitload of money, and he has to justify it. And they're going to Vegas. It's going to be entertainment capital of the world, and it's going to go up like that. But it's just honestly, it is run like an indie show.
It is. It's very
indie show. This is what AEW is just a big budget indie show. That's what it is. That's what it feels like. It's run by the problem is it's run by a fan. That's the problem.
That's the biggest issue of it.
Fantasy books. That's what he does. And he can with that roster.
He's booking for stars.
Oh yeah, he's booking as if he's the only one that's going to watch it.
Yeah, well,
Meltzer
too. So
what do I like? And that's been like for the last year and a bit. It wasn't like that before. It's not like that before. Ever since this Punk thing happened, it's just like I don't know. Well, it's just gone downhill a bit, and they used to be the alternative. They used to do what WWE's doing right now. That's why you watch AEW.
Yeah.
You watch AEW because Vince was doing. They're literally doing what.
They're booking. Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense, and he's booking like off the fly. And Triple H is doing what they used to do. Mates, wrestling making sense. You know, even if you don't like the decision, like people are real pissed. Like Ilya Dragunov lost to Jey Uso. But think about it. Why would you have Gunther Dragunov 3 weeks out of the draft?
Yeah.
Build. Start having them interactions, start them talking about each other. Build to that event in Berlin. Stuff like that. Like this Bloodline storyline, that's been great. Build. This new evolution of the Bloodline storyline. Build.
I can't wait. I can't wait tonight to see what happens, yo. Solo.
That's what I mean. We are talking about AEW. I'm more interested in watching SmackDown tonight than I have been for years over the last year or so because of the way it's been booked. You've got me hooked. It's a King of the Ring tournament. You've got me hooked. What are Cody Styles and Logan Paul going to do? Maybe you don't. If you don't like the match, you're still going to look in and go, "Is it another interaction?" Cody Rhodes said it. I want to be a double champion. You got me hooked. Cody Rhodes can walk out a double champion, a Grand Slam champion, US title. You know, it's champion versus champion. That's what I mean. But there's a reason now to watch that match.
Mm-hmm.
What's AJ Styles going to do? What's the Bloodline going to do? Is Tama Tonga going to advance, or are they going to beat down? Are they going to beat down LA Knight, and then LA Knight fills in for an injured Bobby Lashley, teams of the Street Profits to face them at the PLE? You know, stuff like that. Is Rand? I want to see Randy Orton versus Carmella. There's no storyline. The storyline is the King of the Ring tournament. I want to see Carmella Hayes against Randy Orton. I want to see it. I want to see Jake Cargill against Nia Jax.
Yeah.
Do you know? I want to see it. That's what I mean. It got me hooked. And there's no storyline apart from it's the King of the Ring or King and Queen of the Ring storylines.
And you know, every match is going to be different too. It's not going to be like a 10-minute chop fest, elbow fest.
Yeah, the Bianca Belair Tiffany Stratton match is going to be totally different from the Nia Jax, from the Smash Mouth Nia Jax Jade Cargill match. That is going to be a car crash, but in a very good way type of match. It's going to be hard to get in, and it's going to be like a match with Piper Niven, and I enjoyed that match. So and like I said, that's only a 2-hour show. Do you know what I mean? They're going to have to get all of that in. So I'm looking forward to that. Who are the tag champs over there? Oh, Austin, yeah. What are the tag champs going to do? Who's stepping up for the tag champs? Stuff like that. It's just and even on to next Monday, the Monday after. I'm looking at Jey Uso against Gunther. Sign me up.
Yeah, right.
What's happening with Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest? Is CM Punk going to suddenly turn up? Io Sky against Leia Valkyrie has me intrigued. I want to see how she does against Io Sky. There might be a star in the making right there. It might be a star-making match. Even if she'll lose, but it might be a star-making match. What's Sami Zayn gonna do? I'm interested in the title feud. I wonder what's Chad. How far is Chad Gable going to push Alpha Academy until one of them snaps, or will they snap, or will they fall in line? My theory on that was they will snap and they'll be replaced by Ivy Nile and the Creed brothers.
The Creed brothers, yeah.
That makes total sense.
Definitely.
If you think about it. It makes total sense. The Alpha Academy he's got now are a bunch of misfits. A bunch of misfits. They just don't. They shouldn't be together. You're Ivy Nile and the Creed brothers already in sync with another, and you've already seen a little interaction between Chad Gable and Ivy Nile. He praised her. He said, "You've got what it takes," and just have that. And yeah, and you got Bronson Reed. I mean, even NXT. I mean, I'm even watching NXT. I haven't watched NXT like this for years since the old gold brand. Do you know what I mean? That North American title match for the women, the qualifiers are happening.
Femi, bro, he's a real deal.
Yeah, and the men's North American champion Oba Femi. That guy's not staying on that brand for long. Trust me, that guy has got moneymaker written all over him. But Wesley is back, very good wrestler. Trick Williams. Very good wrestler.
Yeah.
No, it's stuff that's intriguing, stuff like that. But AEW is like,
it's cheesy, like what Goldberg said. Goldberg said it. It's cheesy.
AEW is like AEW at the moment is like it's like the show car, but you can't drive it. So you're just looking at it, waiting for it to do something. You can't never drive it, so you lose interest in it.
Right.
It's a shame because I want both. I'm not one of these people that I'm not either for or against. I like them both. I want them both to succeed. And one is obviously going to succeed at the moment far greater than the other one because they've been established more. But there's a market out there for AEW. I don't know. There's one man getting in his own way. That's what it is.
Doesn't that sound familiar? But
you don't learn from history, you're doomed to repeat it, don't you? That's all.
But apparently he's smarter than Ted Turner and Bischoff and
he was for like first 4 years.
Something like that. But yeah, we could end it here.
Okay.
It was good talking to you, Andrew.
Yeah.
Definitely have to do this again soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully everyone.
Well, next weekend's there's they're both on, aren't they? So they got the Saudi show on the Saturday and Double or Nothing on Sunday. So we could do like a review of it that week after.
Wow,
so
it's
Monday
the same
after.
weekend.
Same weekend, yeah. WWE Saturday, AEW Sunday.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that. That's gonna be crazy.
Yep.
But big up everyone. Hopefully you guys like, share, and subscribe. That's pretty much it for the show. So all right, everyone. Deuces.
So yeah, subscribe.